Hello and welcome to the Christmas edition of the Mind Changes video blog. Did you know that over the Christmas season, impulse buys rise by about 400%? And this of course causes people to spend quite a lot of money, in some cases even hundreds of pounds, on things that they didn't intend to buy when they first went out into the shops. Well, recently I took a camera crew out to West London to find out the kind of things people impulse buy. The results really surprised me, and I think they'll probably surprise you. People will impulse buy almost anything from, well, a chocolate bar worth of a few pence perhaps, to, in one case, a house. So let's take a look and see the kind of things people impulse buy all the year round, but especially at this time of year.
I'm very impulsive when it comes to buying things, which I think is not great for the financial pocketbook, but I try to curb that somewhat because I say, no, think about what you're doing. But I'm terrible when it comes to, impulse buying, that stuff at the grocery store when they put it at the end of the aisle and you're like, yeah, just throw that in while you're waiting. It's terrible. But I try to curb that.
I walked into a store in Miami. I kind of fell in love with the bike and the girl behind the counter, and ended up walking out with a $2,000 bike. So that was my impulsive purchase.
I bought this hat on impulse. I'm very impetuous, and I think that sums it all up.
I have a bag in here. Do I really need some of the stuff in there? Probably not.
I bought a car on impulse. Yeah, I got a Mini on finance.
Yeah, yesterday we were out shopping and we saw these tops and we just bought them. So we went for it out of impulse.
I'm just going to get some chocolate on impulse.
That's what you're doing right now, yeah?
Because I want some, and I want some now, and that's it. I'm having it.
I just bought jeans. I saw them. They were like £55. I just saw them. I just liked them, so I just bought them.
I bought 5 dresses this week.
Just because you want it.
I'm really addicted to shopping though, so I bought like 5. Ted Baker one.
I
bought
an iPod on impulse. I've got 3 other ones, and I just what the hell? Yeah. Why not? There's a collection of iPods in my car.
Literally.
We was going from her mother's house up to my father's house and saw that there was a new estate being built. So we thought we'd go and have a look at it, look at the new houses, and while we was there, we just bought one. And then we carried on to my dad's house, having bought a house.
So what can we do to protect ourselves against impulse purchases? Well, here are a couple of suggestions which could perhaps save you a few pounds, maybe get even some hundreds of pounds over the next couple of weeks. I think you need to appreciate there's a difference between doing the shopping and going shopping. So what are these differences? Well, doing the shopping involves buying things that you actually have to have in order to keep the house together, just for your domestic peace of mind. So things like, well, obviously lavatory paper, bleach, washing up liquid. If you've got a cat, perhaps you have to buy cat litter. If you've got a baby, you're certainly going to have to buy some nappies. These are pretty boring things to buy. Going shopping, by contrast, is probably the major leisure activity of our age. It's fun, it's exciting, you find new things, you expose yourself to interesting social situations. It's a buzz. And of course we're especially likely to indulge in going shopping at this time of year when we're looking for presents for our friends and family. Before you leave home on a shopping trip, understand in your own mind which of these 2 activities you're going to pursue. Are you going shopping, having fun in other words, or are you doing the shopping, buying things you just have to have? These really should be seen as separate activities, because if you confuse the 2, you're likely to spend money on things you didn't expect to buy and perhaps don't really need. Doing the shopping, in my view, needs to be planned almost like a military operation. You need to make a list of all the things you just have to have, and as you put them into your trolley or shopping basket, tick them off. Actually, I take a piece of paper with a pad and physically tick them off to make sure you've got them all. You need to stay focused on what you're doing and try and avoid all the other distractions and temptations which you'll come across. Now, of course, when going shopping, you're out to have fun. As I said, you want to enjoy the social buzz and the excitement of it all, finding new things, meeting new people, and being exposed to the bright lights of the Christmas decorations of the Christmas streets. And it's all very much exciting. But if you attempt to do the two things together, doing the shopping and going to shopping, if you do these simultaneously, then you'll find the rules which work well in one situation, for example, just ticking things off on a list, tend to be very boring and bureaucratic when you're going shopping. You also need to bear in mind that modern supermarkets and stores and shopping malls, they're not really retail premises at all as we like to think of them. They're actually immensely powerful selling machines. And within them, everything you find, everything in your surroundings has been designed by experts in order to persuade you to stay as long as possible, see as many things as possible, and part with as much money as possible. In a modern shopping environment, every feature you come across, from the decor, the colour scheme, the layout, the choice of aromas that scent the air in different departments, and even the music which is being played on the speakers, is designed to make you deeply vulnerable to buying things. The idea is to press what is sometimes called a buy button in your brain, so you simply cannot resist picking something up and putting it in your trolley, and then finding perhaps when you come home you've been manipulated. I think the other thing to remember is that however friendly professional sales staff are, and of course they're designed to be friendly, unless you actually know them personally, they're not your friends. Their mission is not to befriend you, it is to sell to you. And I think if we all bear that in mind when we're going shopping, we can save ourselves quite a lot of money over this really very expensive period for so many people.